Minecraft, but in hardcore. Now I'm sure you've seen this before and I don't really need to explain any of this, but this is my take on it and I hope you enjoy. Starting right off, I spawn near a forest, look around for a bit, spot a village and make my way to that. So after stealing some hay bales and placing down my sugarcane, I mine my first tree. Shortly after I crafted some bread, mined some stone to upgrade my tools and felt comfortable enough to go into my first cave. There I mined some coal and some iron, and shortly after I found a zombie and killed him like it was nothing. Just as it turned day 1, I was still mining and gathering resources. Nothing particular happened on that day apart from finding a skeleton spawner with okay loot. But wait a minute, diamonds? Don't mind if I do. And also 6 in total, those are gonna come in useful later. Not long after, I actually found some more diamonds. Already day 2 and we are thriving like no one else before. Gathering early game resources like iron and diamonds was my #1 priority, so I can start building as soon as possible. More mining on day 3. At the end of day 3 we are finally back on the surface. It quickly turned daytime and all the zombies and other mobs started to burn. Making quick work of the other ones, I soon started to head back to the village. And just like that, we had survived already 3 days in hardcore Minecraft. For the rest of the daytime, I quickly did some item management, crafted myself some better armor. After that, I headed outside the house and made a nether portal. A big part of this challenge was that I didn't allow myself to sleep, which meant after 4 days, the first batch of phantoms would spawn. Well, at least that was the plan. I got quickly annoyed and made myself a bed so I can sleep through the first night. Day 5 was spent replanting my sugarcane, and making a small wheat farm. Then I climbed up the mountain to explore the ruined nether portal, which had some nice loot in it. During the night I chopped down a tree and started to light up some of the area. Next day I flattened an area to make room for animal housing pens. These would contain cows, chickens and even sheep. So I quickly lured some over and started to breed them. And then, during the night of day 6, I wanted to see what the nether had to offer. Yeah, let's just say it could have been a lot better. But at least we got a nether fortress, so that's nice, I guess. I actually found some piglins and traded all my gold with them. But I only got 2 pearls back in return, which was kinda sad. Day 7 I went right back in, trading more gold and exploring the area, which actually led to me finding a Bastion. The Bastion had a ton of loot, and I even found my first piece of ancient debris. Getting all the resources of the entire Bastion took me quite some time. So just as it turned to day 9, I made my way back to the overworld. With all the gold collected from the Bastion, I traded with more piglins and got a total of 8 ender pearls. It's day 10. My brother joined. We fooled around for a bit and I made a better sugarcane farm. On day 11, I sorted some items and continued on the sugarcane farm. I then crafted some books to make an enchanting area. With sharpness 4, we went to the fortress and explored around for a bit. We actually got some pretty good loot, including obsidian and diamonds. Day 12 was spent farming blaze rods and trying not to die. Upon entering the overworld, I had gathered around 9 blaze rods. Yeah, he died. Day 13, I just killed a few elements. The rest of day 13 was spent farming, breeding animals, enchanting gear, and killing mobs. With my new gear, I felt good enough to go exploring. Minecraft is definitely a beautiful game. On day 15 I was still exploring and killing every animal on my way. And on day 16 I was finally back home. After putting all my items into a chest, I then decided to turn the skeleton spawner into a farm. On day 17 I made the killing chamber and it worked like a charm. Soon enough I made potions to prepare for the dragon fight. Over time I enchanted most of my armor pieces and I was ready to search for the stronghold. On day 20 I was actually pretty close and only a few minutes later I found the entrance. But it was right next to a pillager outpost. So then I started to dig down and quickly found the entrance. Ooh, spooky. Okay, I'm just kidding. I quickly found the ballroom and went in. I spawned underground, quickly dug my way out, and made easy work of the pillars. With all the pillars down, I waited for the dragon to perch, which it quickly did. A few hits from below and after the second perch, it flung me up in the air. But I came prepared. Just like a pro, I landed gracefully on one of the obsidian pillars with my slow falling potion. After some bow shots and the final third perch, it was time for one last epic shot. And that's it. Just like that, 20 days in hardcore Minecraft, and I already killed the dragon. After collecting 69 levels and the dragon egg, I made my way to the End Islands. Then I went on a journey to find my first end ship and elytra. Now this is the smallest end city I have seen with an actual ship. I killed the shulker and collected the elytra and item frame. I guess item frames are quite expensive, but even better than that, this chest had a fully enchanted iron pickaxe. I've never seen this before. Now that I've collected everything, I made my way back to the overworld. On day 22, I made some plans for the village in Freecam. This is a feature of a mod called Tweakaroo. All other mods I used will be linked in the description below. Wanting more villagers for future trading, I made myself a villager breeder. I came up with this design by myself, just having beds around an enclosed area with 2 farmer villagers in the middle. You can just leave this running and get back to it later, having as many villagers as you need. And just as the day turned to an end, I got 2 villagers in there. Day 23 was a mix of breeding, enchanting and killing skeletons. On day 24 I was very hastily and confusingly looking for a slime chunk. But in the end, I found one. Now I knew this was going to be essential for a lot of future projects, so I started to dig. Skipping some boring stuff, I started to dig out from the bottom. And that's pretty much it for the first 25 days. On day 26 and 27, I continued with the villager breeder. Later, I was doing the same with the cows and sheep, repopulating the pens. Later that day, I was continuing with the slime farm. On day 28, I was already building the collection system. With the minecart and magma blocks in place, I only needed to clear out the rest of the junk for the slime farm to be fully working. Apart from trading, shearing, breeding and more trading, I just enchanted some items on day 29. Needing more resources, I went caving for day 30 and 31. On day 34 I was finally back and enchanted all my tools. Later I went back to flattening the area to make space for more farms. This took a bit because mining in the early days without a beacon can take quite some time. On day 37 I was back to trading with villagers and chopping down a few more trees because I really needed some wood. As you know, villagers are quite tedious to work with, but on day 38 I finally started to building my trading hall. And this is how far I've come already. After placing down some pistons and making way for the villagers to actually get into their cells, I made a railway to get them up there. Day 41 I got a bit carried away and started exploring a mineshaft that was near my base. But then, just one day later, I finally got the first villager into the trading hall. Now starts the very annoying process of placing and removing the lectern again until the villager has something useful to offer. You can then lock it by making at least one trade and the villager won't change back again. Later, I lured in a zombie into the back of the trading hall to get the villagers' prices down. I even managed to get one villager to sell me sharpness 5 for just 34 emeralds. On day 46, I started to clear out an area for the iron farm. The next day I was making my way around the nether, collecting lots of quartz and gold. After getting back to the overworld, I went to the nearby mesa biome to collect sand for the iron farm. Right here you can see the material list needed for the iron farm. This should take only a couple days. On day 49 I started to build the item collection area, which was mostly underground to flush all the items to one storage system. Right here you can see the collection system in its entirety. Not wanting to waste any time, I quickly started to build the iron golem spawning platforms. I was soon done and now it was time to move the villagers in. Most of it went well, but some escaped. You already know I hate villagers. It's day 54, so here's a time lapse of a villager destroying his own crossbow for the iron golem farm. And just as I got done removing the last support structures, you can see the iron golem farm is working, and it's working pretty well. Or at least that's what I thought. It didn't work and I got angry and placed in a new one. On day 57 I was still angry, so I placed down torches under the iron farm to keep those pesky mobs away. But it sure looks cool from above though. Later that same day I went back to the endless grind of curing and manipulating villagers. Most of them didn't want to cooperate, so they paid the price. But unfortunately, that backfired. After barely getting out of that situation, it was a back and forth between me and the iron golems. I won. After finally being able to trade with my villagers on day 59 again, trading I did. Until some of those pesky pillagers arrived. Well, I guess it's time for a raid. The raid was pretty straightforward. I came close to dying a few times, but other than that, we got some great loot out of it. There you go, totems for days. Well, at least 4, maybe 5. It's a simple layout, so the foundation didn't take me too long. After getting that done, I can plan the chest layout. But of course, if there's a wandering trader, that's the first priority. For the floor, I decided to go with planks on the outside, stairs and glowstone on the inside, with the central block being an emerald. Some crafting tables on the outside, and this right here is the best view I could get for you. The walls would be made out of white wool, so I grabbed my shears and started to cut. The design is pretty simple, but it looks cool from the outside. Right here I'm building the outer layer of the roof. After filling it in with wood, this is what it looked like. I was pretty happy with it, and after some minor details, my storage room was done. But now, on day 67, it was time to gather every item and put it in the new storage room. It's day 70. The house looks pretty from the front, but from the back, yeah. But I'm gonna fix that. But first, the iron farm needed a bigger and better storage. Works just like a charm. But yeah, now we are finally getting to terraform the back of the house. Now that's more like it. But there's no ending in sight. Day 71 and I'm still bringing villagers over to the trading hall. At least that's the last one for now. Now you might wonder, what happened to day 72? Well, I walked to this nether fortress to kill some wither skeletons. And later, hopefully in the next few hundred days, make a farm out of it. But whoa, did you see that? We just got our first skeleton skull. 2 more and I will fight the wither. Hey, and we got 3 on day 75. Time to head back and, well, fight the wither. Wow, oh my god, the wither is so hard, haha, yay. It's impossible. Okay, I'm kidding. It's easy, it's pretty easy, actually. Let's get that beaconator advancement. And while we're at it, enjoy that sound. It's day 78 and my dogs are here. Look at them, aren't they cute? On day 79, the endless grind of getting villagers continues. I got myself an infinity book, so I can put that on my bow. But that's all I wanted, so his services aren't needed anymore. With only 21 days left, and my tools mostly being diamond, I gathered some more ancient debris. Using the well-known TNT method, I got enough to upgrade all my tools, but this still took a while. And right here, I'm expanding my villager trading hall again, because I just need more villagers. This will just be the first site copied and mirrored over again. And with that, on day 82, the last roof block was completed. Already looks way better if you ask me. After getting in the zombie, I got nearly ambushed by a creeper, but quickly got out of the situation. And then this happened. Screw him. Now it's day 83 and the villagers finally did what they're supposed to do. After getting the last ones in, I started to trade. I guess this guy was still angry at me killing his friend. Hey, sunset shot. Day 84, I cured the villagers, so they would lower their trades. But walking around, I still found a few lost souls. It was finally time to trade and oh boy, this is working great. Now I haven't been here in a while. I'm gonna give these cows a treat. I nearly forgot about this. It was time to dig out the slime chunk. This took a very long time and there's a lot of time lapses, but I hope you enjoy. I eventually needed to move the beacon because down there I didn't get any haste. Found a nice spot and placed it back down. We are not even done and this slime farm is already working wonders. The concept of one of these farms is pretty simple. You dig out an area where slimes can spawn, make some platforms with torches, and put some cages in the walls for iron golems. After making a collection system, you're all good to go. The slimes will spawn on the lit up platforms and will be attracted to the iron golems, making them walk into some magma blocks. They die and the items get picked up by a minecart. The iron golem cages are just holes in a wall with an iron golem. And on day 93, I was pretty much done. And this is what the base was currently looking from above. Only 7 days to go, and I would say we're doing pretty good. I wanted to get more resources, so after trading a bit, I went back to the nether. Still needing more ancient debris, I dug a wide tunnel and looked for everything. And it didn't take me too long to find some. There's my helmet, my chest plate, and my boots. Now, don't I look good in these clothes? Just ignore the pants. I will change them later. Actually, never mind. I will go and get some more now. Seven ingots should be enough to last me a while. So there's my leggings, my axe, and my shovel. This makes me 100% netherite, and I even got the advancement for it. And now I look good. Heck yeah. The slime farm desperately needed a roof. So I made one out of cool stained white glass. Day 100 baby! We did it! This was way easier than I thought. But we weren't done yet. The space still needed a lot of cleanup and some terraforming, so enjoy the additional 2 days of content. That's what I'm talking about. With some greenery and maybe a few trees, this place could truly look amazing. I'll give you a short world tour. Here's the slime farm. That's my beacon. Now that's the iron farm. And my main storage, obviously. Villager trading hall. And last but not least, the skeleton spawner. Now it's a good thing I built that fence there, because on day 101 a few zombies came. Just a few, you know. This looks so fake, how do I mean they're just spawning in. I don't even know. But I killed them. It's all good. And that's it. 102 days in hardcore Minecraft. And I survived. Now take your screenshots and thumbnails, because this will definitely not be the last one. I hope to see you all in the next video. Goodbye.